Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of a Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. Not really Wi-Fi, just a Pokemon battle. Yes, so I decided to switch things up since I had been uploading quite a number of Uber's matches. So I decided, hey, let's go with OU. So here I am today, and I'm going to be bringing you an OU match. And the team that I am using is the same team that I used in my other OU match that I uploaded, and it's the same Sun team. And this match is against somebody called H3ckt1k. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get on into team preview. So I'm seen from the opponent's side, and my account is Road of Zenith, and as I said, my opponent is H3ckt1k. My team, just a little bit of elaboration: defensive Ninetales, set up Sun, Scarf Genesect. I used the team during the Genesect era when it was still allowed, physically based Scarf Genesect, Xatu there to bounce away hazards, Focus Sash Duck Trio to specially get rid of Heatran, which I see on my opponent's team. So that's gonna be what I have to do in order for somebody on my team to get off a sweep. Then we have Choice Specs Typhlosion, and it's a real powerhouse in the sun because Eruption shreds everything, even ×2 resisted Pokemon. It does over 80% to naturally bulky but uninvested Pokemon. And then finally we have Swords Dance, Sleep Powder, Acrobatics, Sleep Bomb, Flying Gem, Jump Bluff. And okay, so looking at my opponent's team, his Heatran is the thing that I will need to get rid of, and the candidate for getting rid of Heatran is obviously my Duck Trio. His Genesect could be annoying with the Choice Scarf and the U-turn, but I don't see an immediate threat. Okay, now we come to the threats on his team. Latias, because Latias has natural bulk and it can deal with my Ninetales, Xatu, Duck Trio, Typhlosion if it outspeeds, and if it does have some natural bulk, even in the physical side, it has base 90 physical defense. So the only poke that can reliably kill Latias in one shot is my own Genesect. His Lucario might be able to do some damage if my Genesect has been weakened, because Genesect at moderately high HP will be able to take a +2 by Extreme Speed. I think Extreme Speed, since it's resisted, it won't actually do that much. Just like maybe about 40-50%. I haven't counted that. And Rotom Wash shouldn't really be a problem since I'm using Sun and its Hydro Pump is going to have reduced power. Celebi, my whole team deals with Celebi pretty much really well except for Duck Trio. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. So I am going to be leading off with my own Genesect, as he leads off with his own Genesect. So since his download boost activated first, I don't want to risk the speed tie, so I'm going to switch into my own Ninetales to set up the Sun. And his +1 Flamethrower in the Sun resisted really doesn't do that much to my own Ninetales. So now I'm going to make a very good prediction. In the second turn of the match, I bait him to switch out in his Heatran, and I double switch into my Duck Trio. I've trapped that Heatran on turn 3, which is great because now I will be able to eliminate the Heatran in one shot with the Earthquake. So the most problematic poke on his team is taken out of the match. So now he sends in his Latias, and my number 1 switch in is my Genesect, but he actually surprises me with the Thunder Wave, and then he goes for the hidden power fire in the sun and annihilates my Genesect. So that really caught me off guard, but I guess that's actually quite a good Thunder Wave might be a good move on Latias, although it isn't standard. So now I go into my Xatu just to gauge how much damage his Dragon Stab would do, as it does 44%. Considering that I am not specially defensive, that actually did like pretty good. But now I go into my Ninetales just to get off the burn and whittle his HP down, as he does go for the Thunder Wave to paralyze me and lower my speed and perhaps get some Parahacks. So now he's just gonna stay in knowing that I can't do much, and I am just gonna go for the Raw, as what I want to do now is I just want to sack my Ninetales, and I do Raw him into his Genesect, which means that he is going to go for the U-turn, as that's the best move he can go for in order to avoid my Flamethrower, as I am just gonna spam my Raw, just like sort of trying to get a good matchup, and his Latias does get rawed in, and so what I'm basically doing is I'm trying to get rid of my Ninetales in order to have a free switch in to one of my other members to start wrecking havoc. So we just go with he attacks, I raw him out kind of thing, and soon the next turn I will my Ninetales will bite the dust, but my Ninetales did its job. It set up the sun, it shuffled his team around, used Will-O-Wisp on the Latias to whittle his HP down. So now he sends in his Lucario, and now I make a really obvious move. What I should have done was I should have gone for the Swords Dance predicting his Latias, but I didn't really want to take the risk of him either setting up a Swords Dance or something like that. So now I realize that I cannot stay in, so I am going to go with my Dark Trio, knowing that he's most probably going to go for the Thunder Wave, and he does go for the Sun Boosted Hidden Power Fire. It's actually, it does about half, which I was quite surprised of. I thought that I would take it much worse. So now what I can do is I can just set up my rocks. Critical hit didn't matter, because I know that since it's a bulky set, my Typhlosion can come in and I can outspeed this Latias, and nothing on his team wants to take a Specs Eruption. Even the Rotom Wash, it gets demolished by an Eruption. So he has to leave in his Latias as fodder, and now the score is looking 4-3. It's rather bleak, but now what I can do is I can basically go for game, switch into my Jumpluff, this resisted Hydro Pump in the sun, it really isn't going to do that much. So now what I can basically do is I can fire off a Sleep Powder and then proceed to set up a free Swords Dance, as he does switch out into his Celebi, just wanting to use it as fodder, and I am going to proceed to annihilate it with a Flying Gem boosted Acrobatics. Critical hit did not matter whatsoever, and now he's going to bring his Genesect, thinking that hey, he can either take an attack and retaliate, but no. +2 Acrobatics takes him right out. That's the power of Jumpluff. And the thing is, he can go for the Extreme Seed. It isn't gonna take me out, and I can go for the Acrobatics. And since his last is the Sleeping Rotom Wash, he realizes that he cannot win, so he forfeits, and that will be the game. So a rather short match, but rather enjoyable at the same time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, sub, and I will see you all later. Bye bye.